Welcome to the Factorio Show. I'm Volairen, and it's November 21st, 2024 in America. It is the 22nd here in the Philippines, but that's okay. Most of you guys are in America, so I've adjusted my date. I decided, okay, whatever date it is for me, I'm just gonna date it at the day before, because I'm 12 hours ahead of you guys. So, anyway, small side note. So yeah, we're going to be doing a Factorio walkthrough today. Now, a lot has happened yesterday with my channel. I've been getting blown up with comments. I will get to those, but I will not do it in the stream. I will probably do it afterwards. So I'll go ahead and check that out. But I really, regardless of the nature of the comments, I do appreciate them. I'm glad that my video is getting, you know, that kind of traffic for sure, if nothing else. I appreciate the traffic. So anyway, that being said, let's focus on Factorio. We're not going to talk about Solaris, but anyway, I want to get right to it. I have a rubric written up, and we're going to dive right in here. And so I already have a map picked out, and I have not done anything yet other than pick up the pieces of the ship. And now, this isn't a speed run, but I do want to do this in a timely manner. I want to see how fast I can do all of this stuff and just kind of show you guys that are new to Factorio, that might be new, how to do this in an effective way. I had been playing Factorio nonstop for the past month or so. That's how busy I've been. You know, that's what I've been busy doing. And man, it was tough. It was tough to figure things out, especially figure out trains again, and figure out why trains really are superior to belting resources in general. Not that you really should use both, but like, anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So let me pull up. All right, so I actually want to see if I can split this in half here. Let me adjust my windows real quick. Yeah, I guess that works. I don't like it, but all right. So after you pick up your stuff, what do? You pick up all that junk all over the ground, which you need to do because it has stuff that you need to start with, like these plates and things like that. So you get this stuff. What do you do with it? Okay, so our first goal is to get electricity, but there are steps that we take before that, smaller steps that I don't have written down, but are very easy to understand and figure out. The first thing you gotta do is head to an iron patch. I mean, really. And just kind of chop the wood around it. I mean, if you want to do this fast. Now, you need to decide right here and now, before you craft anything, do you want the Lazy Bastard achievement? Okay. If you want the Lazy Bastard achievement, which means you do not handcraft anything other than what's required to get your first assembler, then you need to be aware of that and start it, you know, have that mindset here that you're only going to craft exactly what you need to get your first assembler. Now, I'm not going to show... I already have footage, and we'll show you how to get Lazy Bastard in a subsequent release. That it's going to be it's going to be a 2-minute video. It's coming out real soon. That's what I'm working on now that I've released my big Stellaris opinion video. Apologize for the noise, but anyway, so yeah, but anyway, you want to chop the wood around here. I mean, we're gonna end up getting that much wood anyway and needing that much anyhow. So first thing you do, plop your miner down, get the furnace, okay, and then we're gonna put some of the wood in it. Actually, what you do is you kind of just hit, okay. No. What the hell? Okay, Shift Z. Okay. And yeah, I don't want to. Sorry about that malfunction. Okay, so Shift Z we'll stick like a couple, you know, couple pieces of wood in those things because we don't want to use all the wood. We want to like use that for other stuff. So the next thing you're gonna do, I'm gonna come over here and start mining some well, actually, it's better actually if you can find a big rock, and they actually spawn more in this version of Factorio. The space. If I'm assuming that you're playing the Space Age version, okay. If you're not, most of these rules will still apply up until a certain point. Basically, shit gets different after blue packs. But up until blue packs, it's relatively the same. There are very subtle differences or minor differences, but other than that, Factorio plays exactly the same until you get blue packs. And then after that, it's a little different. So yeah, you want to find some boulders if you can. But at the very least, you always have that stone patch that you start with. You do not want to make a map that does not have a stone patch, an iron patch, a copper patch, and a coal patch right next to you. You just don't. Okay, if you see that, and you don't want a base, or you don't want a starting zone on your map that doesn't have any trees, or has a biter nest right next to your starting resources. That's a no-go as well. Don't ever pick those. At least if you're new, unless you want a challenge. So yeah, I always skip those. And we got some iron. And now we will not. I already got the Lazy Bastard achievement, so we will not be doing it this run. We're gonna go ahead and craft a couple furnaces. Okay, so we got a lot of stone, so we can go ahead and do that. Actually, we're just gonna craft as many burner miners as we can. Now, it probably would be better. Well, for sure, the first thing we need to do that's gonna save us a lot of time is we're gonna come over here and we're gonna have two coal miners feeding into each other. Okay, and we're gonna get that started, and that's gonna get our coal production started. We want a burner on stone. Actually, no, we don't. We don't need it right now. We have a lot of stone, so we'll have it on copper. Okay, and we'll go ahead and get that started. All right. We also want to, I know I'm doing this, I ain't doing this perfect, but yeah. Anyway, so actually we got some coal with that stone. That's another change they made. I'm not used to that, so we'll just switch that out. So we got plates making constantly. As soon as we get enough, we're gonna make some more miners. And by that time, we should have enough coal from those other miners to get the process started. So the first goal here is to get electricity, all right, and or do the Lazy Bastard achievement if you get that started if you are don't have it yet. It's relatively easy to get. You just have to be disciplined, and if you need to turn off your hotkey or need to turn off the ability to craft things in your inventory. Which you could use keyboard shortcuts to do that, or adjust your key bindings to reflect that. But yeah, I'll show you in the video. Yeah, so okay, we got some iron. Yep, we can make a couple more miners. We're just gonna keep doing that. Now we're gonna just bank. Now that we've got our initial setup, we're just gonna bank on mining iron. And we're actually going to take our coal. We want to put it on our hotbar somewhere. And we're just going to do this. You hold the... In fact, you just hold the Z button when you have it in your hand. That's all you need to do. So just like that. and you know we actually don't need copper to start electricity. I forgot about that because the pump no longer requires electronic circuits, which is great. But the lab does, or actually no, the lab does actually. So we still want copper. We do still want copper, and we'll need you know, a little bit of red packs to get started here too as well. So yeah, so we're gonna want to, as soon as we can, make a new steam engine. But actually, so the other thing that's gonna save you a lot of time, you do control, left click, and you click and drag across your furnaces, and that will deposit all of their output into your inventory. You know, like right here. So now we can make a whole bunch of stuff. We might as well make more. Well, actually, nope. We can make a steam engine, so we should do that, and a boiler. We do need to make a pump, so we'll just keep grabbing plates from here. We'll make that, and then we'll make another burner for good measure. Let's see. We'll just put that there. And as they need coal, we'll just keep pressing Z and throwing coal in there until we run out. And now that we're out of coal, we need to go over to our coal mine. And all you gotta do, see, as long as these feed into each other, you can just control left click, take them out. Why did it throw wood in there? That weird. Or actually, I did take wood out of there. That's right. Okay. Oh, did it not mine coal this whole time? Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, I'll never throw wood in there again. I'll just use coal to do it, so that doesn't happen again. Yeah, so learn something new every day. So yeah, we'll go ahead and I don't know. Now, with our other burner miners, we want to basically expand our coal mining operation here. I can make one more. Let's make one more. Make it an even 8. And then we'll be pretty good on coal for a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so now they're all feeding into each other, I think. Yeah, it's gonna just give me a chain, and they just feed into each other, and they keep feeding each other and building up their coal. So that's what we want to do, at least in the beginning. We will tear this down eventually, but now we're gonna go ahead and take all the coal and okay, that should get us for a little bit. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to our water, which is south of us, okay? Now, water being south is a little annoying, for reasons I'll get into later. We actually may need to start our bus north. That might be a good idea, and just have our oil south. I wanted to make it... Yeah, I'm a little obsessive sometimes, so, like, I have this idea in my head. It needs to be, you know, south, and my belts and stuff need to be south of my factory, but I can flip-flop it, it's fine. Just gonna be a little dyslexic there for me. So, yeah. No, that's not what I wanted to do. So, we got our pump. I'll place it down, and we're gonna have our, yeah, we'll have our boiler there, and we're just gonna place this sucker down and get this started. Now, we do need to make power poles, which is why we mined so much wood in the first place. So, yeah, we're just gonna do that. We're gonna basically we'll make about all the bulk or burner inserters that we'll ever need for a while. And we do have coal, so we will stick some in there. And now what we want to place the power poles on our hotbar. I always use the 3 key, but obviously you're going to use something different. Whatever your preference is. So we're going to put one right there, because that's where a steam engine will fit, and then... yeah, and we're just going to... make a straight line north, okay, leading up to our resource patches. And I actually want to, I want to make this as straight and organized as possible. It doesn't have to be compact, but it does need to be organized. I don't want spaghetti this run. I really don't. And so I do want to prove to you guys that it can be done without spaghetti, if you do things correctly, and if you sort of plan ahead a little bit. That's my goal. Now, I might fail at that miserably. We'll see what happens. So many times I've been like, okay, I'm not going to have any spaghetti in my base. A lot of you Factorio veterans know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to have spaghetti in my base, and then you get lazy and you're just like, oh man, fuck. It's like eating the Big Mac, right? Instead of the salad or you know, the food that's healthy for you. Just like, you know, oh, I can't help it, the Big Mac tastes so good, you know what I mean? Like, that's what spaghetti in Factorio is. It's the Big Mac. Like, you know it's bad for you, but like, it's so easy and instant gratification, right? So we're gonna try to withhold the instant gratification of spaghetti and try to see if we can, you know, make this as organized as possible. So we just got a lot of iron. So so we got electricity. All right. So now the first thing we're gonna do, we're going to build a lab, because we got to get research going. So we're gonna build a lab, and we're gonna start. As soon as it lets us, we're going to have red packs. I think as soon as we build the lab, we will get red packs, and we'll be able to make those. So we're just going to continue. Probably could make a couple more iron miners. We could make a whole bunch more, actually. And probably should make a couple coal miners. Yeah, we'll make some more furnaces. So yeah, we got red packs, so we're gonna go ahead and just like we're gonna queue up a whole bunch of stuff. Like I said, we're not doing lazy bastard, so I really don't care. And we'll have that stuff queuing up, making, while, you know, I'm just waiting around. So we got a lab. And this is just a temporary spot. We'll just throw it there for now. And we'll throw a lab pack in there, but we do need to queue up research, so we hit the T key. Now, the first and most important thing is going to be assemblers by far, but then shortly followed by military. Okay, so it goes assembler, military, and then logistics, and then miners, electric miners. So we'll start there, and we actually do want to quickly get to fast inserters, which is something new that I don't normally do. And we also want radars. Radars are really important in the beginning. It's going to save you a lot of time having a lot of radars. Yes, they do consume more power, but if you've got about 5 radars working together in the beginning, you won't need to explore. You will just know where to go on your map, because the radars will do the exploring for you. I'll show you how that works later. So yes, you're going to want radars, no matter how expensive they are on the electricity. And Another thing I'm going to do differently this game, my plan is I'm actually going to double the amount of steam engines that I usually have in most of my games, because I realized that it would be faster just to do that than to spend the time making batteries before I'm ready, which is what I've usually ended up having to do. I usually had to make a detour and make batteries before I started making blue packs, which, you know, complicated things. So instead of focusing on batteries at all, I'm going to do batteries after I do blue packs instead of before, because then I can't really do robots until after I do blue packs anyway. So that being said, getting ahead of myself though, this is the order that I usually go in. And then after that, we don't have enough space right now, but actually we should go ahead and queue up green science packs. But then after that, we're gonna work on damage and speed, because we will badly need those for the bugs that we will be fighting. I guarantee you, we will be fighting some bugs very soon. Because all this stuff creates pollution. And so, and the simple way to check how your pollution is just click this right here, this little button here on your map. I don't know if you can see it, but that basically... Now, what's going on with my... Hold on here. Okay. So, yeah. You check the pollution zone on your map. It's the red cloud. Once you click the pollution toggle, there's all these little buttons. So, I could turn pollution on and off. I could turn road ports on and off. Even though you can't see them, I could turn my, power lines on and off. This is a great way to see if there's gaps and whatnot. Now, worker robots, be very careful clicking this. If you have a potato, and I do, for the most part, this is a Surface laptop, put it that way. It does have good hardware, but yeah, it doesn't work nearly as good. Like, I would much rather have a tower, but if you don't have a tower, you have a potato, and you know it, do not click worker robots if you have a lot of robots. If you have a lot of robots. I would just never click it anyway. This will crash your game. Your game will crash if you click this if you have a potato, right? And you're far enough in the game. So that's a warning, but anyway, side tangent, let's get back to it. Focus. So we're gonna go ahead and yeah. So we're making the labs. We got automation started. Now, we've done electricity. So we're teching to belts, machine guns, and fast inserters. Okay, so now we can go ahead and set up stone right now. We do have some miners. I do. Let's set up some copper. And then some iron. Get more of that started. We will be tearing this down later. Oh, we have exactly enough stone furnaces. That's great. So... yeah, we'll take that coal out of there. So that's right, I was gonna set up stone, and more specifically stone furnaces. So we will be setting up a burner miner here. Actually, we have automation, so... but yes. We still want to put that burner down there, at least for now. We're gonna throw some coal in there. And we're going to make our first assembler. Now, we'll need power, so... now, this isn't exactly in the order, but part of getting stone started in the first place is so I can throw stone in this assembler and automatically make furnaces really easily without having to think about it. And we're just going to run a wire line over here, a power line over here. Now, we have not pressed the Alt key yet. It's called Alt mode. I think, no, I had it as I, but then I changed computers, so now I don't. So you hit Alt, and you want to do that very early on in your game. So now you see all of the resources that your machines are producing. You see all those symbols. You're really going to want that information. It just makes things smoother, so we got assemblers. We actually got coal set up a little bit. Well, that's right. We need to wait until we get electric miners. So I think what we're going to do... Okay, we're going to make an assembler and a couple chests. We could actually make one chest if we wanted, but... And we're actually going to make a couple inserters. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do. So, we're going to go ahead and... We actually need another inserter. We need to set this assembler to red packs. And we will feed it with resources from these chests. Now, actually, we do want another assembler here. So we'll go ahead and make another one. Now, this obviously is not a permanent setup, okay? We will make an official setup later, but for right now, we're going to make gears this way. And we're going to have another inserter. Oh, oops. Actually, we need to put inserters on our hotbar. So I don't really plan... Honestly, people would nitpick at me about this, but I think I'm going to not use yellow inserters this entire game. As soon as I get fast inserters, that's all I'm going to use. I really don't care about the optimization. I really don't. I don't have time to sit there and switch between yellow and blue. Everything's just going to be blue, and that's it. And then, you know, later on, the thing is too, like, I have my reasons. I'll get into those later as we go along. But if you're thinking, why the hell is he saying that? You know, he should, you know, and you know what, I will state the correct thing to do. If you want to optimize your power, if you do not want to waste power, okay? But I think the amount of power you waste is negligible. However, I will acknowledge that if you want to do the perfect thing, which there is no such thing as perfect, but anyway, the most optimal thing to do is use yellow inserters on all of your furnaces, okay? On all your furnace setups, you don't, if you want to be perfect, you don't use blue inserters, but I'm going to because I don't care. That's it. Thanks. Alright, so... Got that, and let's see. So now we're going to throw... Yeah, we're going to throw our iron in there. That's going to make gears. We're going to throw our copper in there. And that's going to feed directly into the Automation Science Pack assembler, and then that is going to create red packs and throw it into the lab, which now research, as long as I keep these chests filled, is automatic, and I can focus on other things. Now, this is annoying. Now, okay, so up until this point, we've used the Z key to, like, put one at a time. Now, we're going to do something a little different. We're actually going to put the coal in our hand and hold control and kind of left click and drag across all of these. And it will, instead of just putting one in there, it will put an entire stack in there if possible. Okay? So that's what we want right now. So now we are on to logistics. Logistics is very important. Do not skip that. You will need belts. I mean, you won't just need belts. You will need underground belts, and you will need splitters. Underground belts, if you don't know how to use underground belts, you need to learn how to use underground belts, because that is, honestly, underground belts, I think some of you would agree with me when I say underground belts is possibly one of the most important items in Factorio that you could ever have. Like, out of all the items that you could make, I think really underground belts are the MVP, I would say. Like, they are the most important item in your factory. They allow you to do, like, we call it wizardry, right? Like, you know, automation wizardry, where you're just like, you know, how the hell did he do that? Well, underground belts make a lot of the freaky deaky, crazy setups that, you know, it's responsible, it's solely responsible for how those things are possible. So that, I can't stress enough how important it is that as a new player to get familiar with and learn how to use and abuse underground belts as quickly as possible. Like, for example, there are some factories that aren't possible if you don't use, unless you use different colors of belts together. Okay? I'll explain how that is possibly later. I usually don't do that in my setups, but I know that I can, so it's still important that I know that. Yeah. So side tangent there, we're just waiting for this iron to smelt. So we're gonna want more copper, so we're gonna come over here and get some more coal. Once we get electric miners, shit is gonna start rolling around. It's gonna start rolling along, for sure. So we will do the same thing. Actually, alright, we have enough left over. We did forget something. We forgot to come down here and fuel our boiler, which I'm surprised it has not run out of fuel yet. I was fully expecting that to run out of fuel by now. It actually did, but somehow still has power? That's weird. Okay, so we'll throw that in there. Now, we are going to need a bulk inserter. So, I think what I want to do, I want to make just a couple belts here, and I don't want to feed, I don't want to do the chest feeding directly into the boiler, because I will just end up having to pick that up anyway. So we're just going to go like this, and yeah, we'll do that, I think. Yeah, we do need to put belts on our toolbar. Go ahead and do that. Now, I do put bulk inserters on my toolbar, but I do not put them on my main bar, so... Actually, sorry, we need to do that. And then we'll do this. So we'll throw the chest there, and we'll throw the rest of our coal in there, and it's going to go ahead and feed that boiler coal. So now we can just start dumping all our coal in there. We will be expanding this. So you always want to begin with expansion in mind. Like, no matter what you're doing in Factorio, you need to consider, am I going to want more of this later, right? So if you, like, right here, for example, say, you know, I had electric miners here, or I had assemblers here, right? And I have to, when I think about placing this, like, am I going to tear this down, or is this where I'm going to have this forever? You know? Now, you're not always going to be able to do this, but the more you can think about end game with all of your decisions, with end game in mind. The more you can think that far ahead, and it is a skill in this game. But if you plan ahead with everything that you do, you're going to be better off in the long run. Because if you don't, and you just, if you do the Big Mac thing and you just spaghetti everywhere, you are going to hate your life at about mid-game. Like, once you get to blue packs, you are going to start hating your life. You're going to be like, I don't know where to put any of this stuff. I don't know how to get this over here. Like, it's just going to slow you down to a crawl. An absolute crawl. So, yeah, but anyway. Alright, so we're working on the mining drill right now. We do still have enough copper, that's good. So, let's see, what can we do in the meantime? We actually were waiting for this copper to smelt. We're kind of, not stuck, but we're kind of, useless until we get those electric miners going. Now, we have a lot of stone furnaces, that's good. That's really going to help us. But I think a couple things we could get started here. Let's see. Stone, coal, electric, iron mine. So that's what we're going to want to do first. Is the iron mine. We're going to do gears. We're going to do belts. We're going to do copper mine. And then we're going to do green circuits. Okay. So let's take a look at our map. And actually, okay, we haven't researched radar yet. Actually, we need to make a submachine gun immediately. Yeah, that's something we should have done, like, yesterday. And then we're going to make a bunch of magazines. We can definitely do that. We'll make light armor. So, yeah, you got to get your defenses up relatively quickly. Now, you also got to consider, if you're playing a death world, I'd be dead by now. I should have got that submachine gun out, like, immediately. Like, in fact, if you're playing a death world, the submachine gun is the first thing you want to go for. And you want to get that out as soon as possible. Now, unfortunately, now I don't know if they made the shotgun better, but in the old Factorio, the submachine gun was better, but they nerfed the submachine gun a little bit to an annoying degree. It still works, but it doesn't work nearly as good as it did in the first Factorio. So, yeah, just be aware of that. Don't try to take on too much at once before you upgrade your submachine gun, with this tech right here. Yeah. So we'll be learning that soon. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Okay, so why the hell? Alright, I guess I gotta throw more iron in there. And I think I'm gonna help this along by handcrafting some packs on my own. Because this is taking too long. Now, like I said, this isn't a speed run, but I am trying to do things in a timely manner. I am trying to do time efficiency as much as I can. So, trying to think about what I could do in the meantime. Maybe I could I probably could just expand my power a little bit. Maybe. Actually, how's our power doing? Okay, you know what we need to do? We need to make assemblers. We are going to need them regardless. Yeah, we will need assemblers. We might as well start making them by hand. I think 10 will be good for now, but like, yeah. Definitely gonna need assemblers. Oh, oops. Why did I do that? Okay. We actually probably could make another lab, but we just got mining drills, so I think we're good. I mean, we don't need the fast inserters right away. We do want the radars pretty quickly, but we can wait on those too. This setup is fine. So now that we can make miners, what's in our way here? So I think it's iron. We just need more iron. So we'll do that. All right, we are going to hand make as much miners as possible. And let's see, we could make another boiler while we're at it. So I think we could take the furnaces that we have. We have a lot, and we could just start making a furnace setup here for both iron. Now, we want to look at our map and see how the hell we want to do this. So I think we should have the bus here to the north of all this, and we should make our plate factories, you know, our plates, our furnace setups south, and we'll have our steam engines here. And then we'll have oil here as well along this too, and we'll just have our railway, you know, our railroad here, and our belt bus, and we're gonna have everything neat and organized. So you need to think about this right away, because once you start making all those furnaces and making all the furnace setups and you just place them down willy-nilly, it's gonna be harder and harder for you to not use spaghetti. And we want to use spaghetti as little as possible. I'm gonna see if I can do it. So yeah, we gotta plan ahead. That's the only way you can do it. So we're gonna have our furnaces setups pointed down, and I think we're gonna have them probably here, I think. And then we'll start our bus up there in our main mall and factory. So honestly, furnace setups are not complicated. They really aren't. You just do this. So really, you want 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of 2, and you'll see why in a second. So that's 12. That's 12, and so now I don't have any belts yet, but at 12 furnaces, you want to do a little. I'll show you the trick. Do a little thing where you point the belts onto the other side of the belt. That you'll see. We're gonna make a bend in the belt so that it'll be a double-sided. It'll have double-sided resources, which is what you want with all your furnace setups. So that's 6. And I believe that's another 12. Okay, so 24 is basically the standard. Like, it's not necessarily the perfect setup. Honestly, you could have a furnace setup that's 40 furnaces long. I just keep it simple. 24 is basically meets most needs if you're expanding, right? So now we have poles, so we might as well just... Now that's why we left the gap between furnaces, so we could just run these power poles here, and now we'll have a power field for all the inserters that we need to run. So we'll just do that. Okay, so that's going to be our iron setup. So we have handmade enough drills, so we're going to go ahead and pick these up. I do want to wait for faster inserters to make, but as soon as we get, I think, fast inserters researched, I'm not sure if I want to wait for radars or not, because I need to tear this setup down. But I think actually what we could get away with here, we could just, well, for one, let's go ahead and hand make some more miners, because we're going to need them for copper. And we're just gonna go like this. I think, yeah. So and we'll just run power lines along here because they all need power. We're just going to have a strip of miners. Now, this is where belts come in. We're going to need to hand make some belts. Just for the moment, we will... Those assemblers we made, actually, what we could do, this will make things faster. We take assemblers, and while this is temporary, actually, we could go ahead and keep things up here. So we're going to make belts. We need to make another assembler. Go ahead and throw a power pole there. We'll make another inserter. Actually, probably another thing we could do. We'll finish this first, but go ahead and make a bunch of chests. We're gonna go like this. Okay, we need more... Uh-oh. I think I goofed. I think I did. I goofed. Okay. I think I got ahead of myself, guys. Well... Okay. So we'll take half of that. And we'll just... make belts. Yeah, we'll take some of those. Okay, now we can make some inserters and get done what we were gonna get done. So we have, like, you know, we have belts semi-automated. Now we're going to take these assemblers. Now we could probably share that iron chest there. You know, we actually might be able to share the gears as well. That's going to be really cool. And then what we'll need to do is we'll have... Oh, we could probably do this too. Yeah. And then we have... Let's see. I'm thinking. Oh, I don't need to make this perfect or think about it too hard. We'll remove this shit later. It's just right now we're just trying to get this started here. What we're trying to do is we're just trying to get some inserters and belts made without having to, like, you know, hand make it all the time, because hand making is slow. So we're just gonna go ahead and... So that's gonna be green circuits. And this will be copper. This will be... Okay, so... I think actually what we could do... Okay. So we do have to do that. Actually, we could just go like that. Check this out. I mean, this is just jury-rigged. This isn't really planned or thought out, really. We're going to go ahead and... Yeah. Need a lot of inserters. So let's see how many belts we have. We have quite a bit of belts, so that's cool. We actually should move this down here. So we'll go like this. I guess we'll just do with these for now. And we're just gonna place inserters, and we just need to get that going now. We'll connect USB. All right, there we go. Gotta make more stuff. We'll connect the poles, and now they're gonna start making plates. We just have to throw a little bit of coal in there until we can get that in automatically, but that'll take a little bit of time. But we need this iron. I got ahead of myself. I tore down my iron setup too early. I shouldn't have done that. But I wanted to get this here, so... But it'll work out. It'll be fine. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to research radar later. You know, we're gonna pick all this up anyway, so we'll just do that. Actually, no, that's not gonna work. Oh, okay, maybe it will. Alright. So, let me see here. What was this for? I think... Yeah, I don't know. So, this is gonna be for inserters. This will be for electronic circuits, and this will be for copper wire. We're going to feed copper into this chest. We're about half of it in there. We'll throw some more iron in there. Yeah, inserters are kind of super annoying to make in the beginning. So, yeah, that's right. Okay. So I wonder if I could do this. Get the... Yeah, actually, yeah, I can do that. Okay. Little trial and error here. Now, we did get undergrounds and splitters. That's going to be very beneficial in the long run. Okay, so we got our setup ready to go. Now all we got to do is give this sucker power. Okay. So what should happen here... Okay. Yeah. What should happen here... We actually need iron over here as well, so we'll split that in half. And we actually need an output chest for the inserters. Okay. There you go. So we kind of semi-automated inserters and belts, so now we can do magical stuff, but there's one more thing we need to do that is going to make everything possible, and that is, let me get that stupid pull out of the way, and we're gonna have to... We're gonna have to make a assembler for long-handed inserters, though we're gonna have to have another gear set up for that, which is annoying. Well, what we could do... Nah, we should just... actually, yeah, we should do that. And I don't know why... Ah, we're out of iron. Throw more iron plates in there. We actually have enough gears to do that, so we can go ahead and throw... I just want to get this shit started. But yeah, we're going to tear all this down, for sure. This is not permanent. So, we'll just go like this. Now we need to get more iron that we found already out. We have even more belts, so... that's gonna be good. Okay. So now we can have another inserter here, here, and here. We actually probably do these as well. We have a lot of coal, so we should be fine. Yeah, and then have another box here, hole here, and I think... Ah, pointed wrong. Okay. You gotta make sure your inserters are pointed correctly. So... yeah, now we sort of, kind of, have the inserters we need and the belts we need automated. Okay. Obviously, this is not efficient. This isn't perfect at all. It's just getting our foot in the door. We do need to put more copper plates there. Grab a little bit more iron. Come over here. Now, we're going to do the same thing over here to copper eventually, but we're not in a huge rush to do that. We'll need more... coal. Okay. So let's look at our list here. We've got our iron mine started, so we need to make gears. So we need to make a gear factory. Now we used all our assemblers to make belts and inserters. We'll hang with this for a little bit and just get a whole bunch of inserters and belts so that then we can go ahead and start making our... kind of make our bus a little bit. So I want to go ahead and... I'm thinking we could probably start with the gears and the circuits on our factory. But then at some point we are going to have to make a separate circuit and gear factory somewhere else with a train, connected to a train system. I actually want to try putting gears on a train this time. Just to try it out, see if it works. I didn't last game. So we're going to build everything up here. So I guess while we're waiting for this stuff, actually... this is good, but I think we're going to go ahead and throw the rest of our iron in there. Throw our remaining copper in there. Yeah, and we're just gonna belt and inserter spam. me see here. So we got a lot of iron. We have coal. We need to go down there and refill our coal. And we probably need to make another couple steam engines by hand. I think we already made a boiler, but we'll make another one. Why not? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording and start it again. Okay. All right. And you could just control left click in your inventory and it'll throw everything into a chest like that. All right, so we have that going on. So actually what we would like to do now, let's see. I actually think we need to make a copper mine or a coal mine much sooner than we had planned. And so we can get electricity automated so we don't have to come down here. And we have a lot of belts. But then again, I don't know. Maybe that's enough for now. Well, I know for sure we need to do this. We need to make a couple underground belts. Now you want to split it off. This is kind of a way to split it off without splitting it off. You have two inserters pulling out of the same assembler. We'll split them evenly between the two targets. So we want half our inserters going, you know, to be used, and then we want the other half to be made into long-handed inserters. So that's how this works here. So we are going to want more iron for that. We have a lot of inserters and a lot of long-handed inserters. I think really we could maybe tear this down, or we could just stop feeding them. We could probably just go like this, and we'll just make belts, because we're going to need a lot more belts than what we have right now. So what I actually want to do, go like this. Check this out. Now, you always want to put inserters in the middle here. The reason for that, I'll show you in a moment. Actually, I could show you right now. Maybe. Okay, so it's going this way. At, like, right here on the 12th furnace, which is half of 24, you want to take your belt and make this little bend here, okay? And then, you know, you're going to have your inserters being placed that way will naturally be able to fit along that. So, just like that. And now what this is going to do later on when we get this completed, there will be the output will have plates on both sides of the belt. So very simple way to do things. And so now we've got plates completely automated other than needing to feed coal in here, but we're about to rectify that here very soon. So I think what we need to do now is we need to build some more miners. As much as I hate building those by hand, it kind of can't be avoided right at this point. So now, okay, we do have some more iron, so we're going to go ahead and throw that in there. You know what I could do? You know what I could do? I see something. So check this out. Actually, I could optimize this slightly. Or okay. No. All we gotta do is that, I think. No. Oh, oops. No. Like that. So, we have a power pole there, and look at that! It feeds it all! That's great. Okay. So, that's good. In fact, we probably could put another assembler here for... Yeah, we could put an assembler here for something that we want electronic circuits for. Though I don't know what. Actually, probably splitter, and then we could run a belt over here, but that's okay. We're not going to do that. But maybe electric mining drills. That's something. Yeah, you know, why not? Why not? We're not really making inserters right now. Not really. Actually, probably should keep making them. Now we got iron going on, and so we need, so check out this cheeky thing I'm about to do. So we'll just go like this, and we will need a chest for iron plates. Though I did just make a bunch of miners. I think I want to make... I'm going to need more. We're going to need more. Just more of everything, as usual. So let's see if we can do this. I do have some iron plates there. Let's see if we can actually... USOB. Let's see if we can actually make some miners, too. And we'll just leave that like that for now. We need to get coal started. So I think... Yeah. So we're gonna be like here, here, and then like this. So we'll just do this because we'll be taking off. We'll be taking these off soon. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we'll just do that. And that should be enough for now. We have... Now, with our coal, we do want to make a splitter. I'll show you why in a second. We need copper and we need plates. So... we don't have... Well, we have copper plates. We have plenty of copper. And we will need to put miners down for copper as well. So... we actually... I think... Alright, so we need a couple spaces... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I actually want to redo this furnace setup at some point. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we could probably put the copper here. Sure. We could always stick another iron mine here and then have copper here. That actually will work pretty nicely. So, but we aren't going to start up here. We're going to start down here so we can run a coal belt evenly through here. So, yeah, the mantra is neat and organized as much as possible. Oops, I effed this up. See, this is why I'm not a speedrunner, because I cannot place fast. I suck at placing fast. And you have to place fast. Let's see, so... No, I might have enough belts to do this. So we're gonna take our miners. We are gonna go lengthwise. We'll just tear this down. But we actually do need to make some splitters and some underground belts. We'll go ahead and do that. And... I want to keep a couple miners on me. Oh, we are out of belts. I thought we had more. That's okay. We're gonna go ahead and see SOB. We have a lot of belts. That's good. We'll throw our iron in there. Our copper's doing pretty good. We'll keep that the way it is, and we'll just grab all the iron. Now, why the hell have you not made... Okay, we forgot to make a gear factory. So, actually, no. This is just being an asshole. Okay, well, it's just out of plates. It's not an asshole. Okay. So, we'll just go ahead and do that. Yeah, we'll throw that in there. I think that's good. That's a good amount. And we'll throw... let's see... Oh, that's pretty good. I almost want to blueprint this. This is a pretty good design, actually. There is no spoon. Can do it. I did it in 7:56. Man, grats, dude. It's hard. Yeah, I tried. Just I can't even get no time for chit chat, dude. Like I think I need to up my game more before I try that. But if I can perfect this here, I think that will go a long way to get me there fast. Well, also need to kind of like I just did this morning before I logged on to the stream. I need to basically have a step-by-step chart that flow chart that I follow. That, okay, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Then you do this, 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 and this, and I just follow that as fast as I can. Though it's not working out as well as I thought it was, because I actually think I need to have coal sooner. I had to start my coal mine sooner before my copper mine. So, but anyway, we need power poles. Let's go ahead and we'll just make a whole bunch and Okay, so we actually do need to set up... I knew I needed to save a couple of my miners. And I just figured out why. Because we actually need to put one here. And do this. Just like that. We also could... We could start right now and make a miner for... This one's going to be for landfills, even though we don't have landfills yet. When we do, we'll have that ready to go. So... And... Alright, that's good. So now what we're going to do... We have a lot of long-handed inserters. We're going to put them on our hotbar. And the first thing we're going to do is throw them on these furnaces. You're like, Volairen, what the hell are you doing? I'll tell you in a second. In fact, we could extend this out more, but we don't exactly need to right now. We got this going, so... But we just want to get this stuff set up. Oh, how did that piece of coal get on there? That's weird. Alright, so I tell you, there's gremlins in the base. Like, 2.0 is put gremlins in the base, even more than before. Okay, so we need to fill that again. We have a lot of inserters, and we have even more red-handed inserters, which is great. We have some miners. Yeah, honest, dude, I'm blueprinting this. Fuck it. I am blueprinting this setup. This is a fucking beautiful setup. Don't you agree? This is, I mean, for like bare bones, bare minimum in the beginning, like just to get it started, this, you can't go wrong. Like, I'm gonna blueprint this. Starter mall. Yeah, so, yeah. Oh, actually, I want to call it a starter... Let's see. It's like a makeshift mall, right? So, starter makeshift mall. I'll create that, and then we're going to stick it in our blueprint box. And actually, we're going to stick it in production, because that's what it is. So, we'll just do that. Then, from now on, I can just do that, and I don't have to think about it. I'd be like, okay, just plop the shit there, and then I'm good. I don't have to spend 30 minutes figuring out how to do it. So we're going to go up this way. Okay, so, and we did forget to put power poles here. Like this. Alright, now, I'm going to show you what we have the long-handed inserters for, but we will need a splitter because we don't want everything going there. We want at least half of our coal going to our steam engine setup. Now, we don't want to waste that. That's not cool. F off rock. Let's see. Okay. Nah, this is acceptable, I think. Yeah, so we'll have a splitter here. And we'll go like this. Oops. There we go. And come down. Please don't run out of belts. Actually, shouldn't have done that with coal first, or with... but whatever. Okay. Sorry, mumbling to myself. I forgot to put power poles here. That's annoying. Okay. We'll just run this over here. Fire this up. We're gonna need more miners in the long run. You know what I should do, but I don't want to. Nah, I'm lazy. I'm not gonna do it. There's a way to do it to where you can just have your power poles in the center. And I have done that, but it is a real pain in the ass. It really is. It adds up to. Needing underground belts for every miner really sucks. It drags you down. I'd rather not do it. I'd rather just grab another field, you know what I mean? Or just, you know, sacrifice a miner to put a substation there. I don't really want to think about it too much, you know what I mean? So, here's the thing you guys got to know about me, alright? I know the perfect way to do things. But, one, you know, perfection doesn't exist. It's an illusion, okay? That's my first belief. The second belief is also that I would rather get something done quicker and that's more effective and practical than something that's perfect, you know? So, if it saves me time and headache and stress, then I will choose that over the meta quote-unquote thing to do. So that's kind of how I am. I mean, as you guys know, if you've watched my Solaris videos, that's basically my attitude, right? I don't always go for the perfect thing, and it looks bad, but in practice, it's pretty chill, I think. So we have this going on, and we need to get more belts, so we'll go up here and get more belts. Okay. There. Now, I want to see maybe if there is a way... I don't think there's a way we can run a belt in here. I really don't. I don't think there is. I think we just need to tear this down and redo it. We will, I mean, no matter what. Well, for now, we'll just go ahead and grab all that iron. And we'll just throw that there. That should get going for a little bit. Copper is a little low, so we'll throw that in there. Yeah, so... Now, we are going to want underground belts and splitters automated. Absolutely. So... Okay, we have another splitter. Go like this. I mean, this is kind of weird, but that's okay. It's not super perfect. It's compact. It's neat enough. It's neat enough. There we go. Okay, so okay, I get what they're not using anything. Let's see. Okay, they still have plenty of coal. That's why they're not working. Okay. So now we got plenty of belts. So now that we got this set up, we could just easily go like this and just finish the rest of it. Now, we are going to need to place more miners. You know, we're not going to have enough miners to operate all these things at once with what we have right now. We'll have to place more down. Okay, and then we'll just go like this. Now, I want to point out, I want to mention Dyson Sphere program. Some of you may have played that, and it's kind of an offhanded comment, but like, one of the things I really, really enjoy about Dyson Sphere program is that you get drones right away. Like, you get drones right away. As soon as you can blueprint, you can do it. You don't need to make infrastructure to make robots. You just have them. Which I think that's like so refreshing in a lot of ways. Even though they're slow and they're not as effective at times, or at least in the beginning, but they get way more effective later. And I think even more effective in some ways than, you know, than the drones in Factorio. So, like, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to mention that one of the cool things about, you know, it, and honestly, if I were to make a recommendation to anybody that like which one's better, Dyson Sphere program, Factorio, SAS Factory, I say, and Eden Crafters, I recommend that also. Like, play them all, dude. Just get them all and play them all. Each one of those games will teach you something different about how to do automation. They each have something to offer. Like, there are things about Dyson Sphere program that I learned that I never learned in Factorio. There are things that obviously in Factorio that was where I got my start. So I learned a lot of what I know, period, from Factorio. But then Satisfactory, that offered a different experience, right? Specifically the 3D experience. So, you know, so there's that as well. I think I recommend you get them all and you play them all and learn them all. You know, I mean, that's what a lot of Factorio YouTubers I see. They don't just play Factorio, they play pretty much anything automation, just about. So it's 125. We got copper, we got coal, we got iron. So we haven't done gears. We kind of did belts and inserters, but not really. We basically... and green circuits. So I think really well, we need to put poles. I don't know, poles are easy to make by hand. That's the thing. Like, you almost don't need a pole factory. Like, by the time you really need one, you've got steel and you're doing medium poles. So, I think hand making poles is acceptable, at least right now. But, so the next logical step here is the bus. We really don't... We want to know where our bus is before we do anything else, I think. Really. Before we make a mall, before we do any of that stuff. But actually, there's one thing we missed that we forgot to do that we need to do right now. Now, come here. So, I think we should actually... We need more belts for this. Let me see. Wow, that's terrible. Man, let me see. Part of me's like, I need to make another gear factory just for this. I think I do. So we need to take an assembler and... Yeah, the gears, it works, but it needs to be, I need it to be faster. For sure. Come back down here and get more. Nope. There we go. Oh. Take a couple out of here, throw it up here. I actually should make fast inserters, but I'm just not ready to do that yet. I don't... Let's see. Well, what do fast inserters take again? Okay. So, they need electronic circuit 2, they need inserter, and they need plates. So I really don't have... It'd be really awkward. I'd have to make a second electronic circuit factory. Yeah, I just don't feel like doing that right now. Let's see here. Alright, we have a lot of belts. I think we're about to get a lot more. Yeah, we've got... Okay. This might be enough to do what we want to do. We're gonna come down here. And I'm glad that we haven't ran out of resources yet. So we're gonna go for an even 2 hours, guys. I've decided, because I'm a little excited here and I'm kind of in the zone. So we're gonna go for 2 hours. I've been recording this the whole time. So now what I plan to do with this stream going forward and with these recordings is make 10-minute videos out of all of this. Like from beginning to end. And just like, you know, you know, make gameplay videos out of them where I kind of react to them, but it's 10 minutes. I think really what I didn't do before, what I did wrong before, I think, with the whole, you know, record myself and then react to it thing, was that I was doing it in like hour-long segments and nobody wants to watch it. Many more people want to watch 10-minute videos and not an hour video. So a lot of people aren't really, you know, tempted to do that. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. Now, this is annoying. Oh, it'll be okay. Nah, it'll be fine. We got a little base here we'll have to kill. That's okay. I do have magazines, but I didn't switch my weapons. I need to do that. There we go. So... I think this is long enough, but it's probably going to have to be even longer, I think. Okay, we're just going to have to chop this up, unfortunately. It's going to waste a little bit more time, but we have to do it. Because I don't want to waste those underground belts. Unless I have to. I'm not going to do this all the time, I swear. Okay, so I guess maybe I want to just give it a little bit more distance. And you know what? Actually, what we should do, we can make this neat. Look, if we have to expand, we can. All we got to do is do this. That's simple. So, and we'll bring it up here. We'll bring it up like this. Give our furnaces plenty of room. Now, I hope we won't have to move this later. My plan is not to, and of course we run out right as we get there. We have to go back and walk back and forth and back and forth. And back and forth and back and forth. And you will be doing that the rest of the fucking game. Basically. Alright, but hey, we got a lot of belts. That's good. We do need to throw more iron in there. Go ahead and do that. We just... More belts, the better. Okay. We do need to... Oh, maybe. I mean, we have a lot of red inserters. I really think we're good, honestly. I think we could just focus on yellow inserters. Now, actually, did we get a lot of miners? That's what I want. Why the hell aren't we producing... Motherfuck... Okay. We'll fix that. Okay. Alright. This one... Okay. Now we're making miners. Actually, I have 14. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're definitely gonna just go ahead and do this. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, we're just gonna preempt this shit. We're gonna need to do this anyway. So we're here, we might as well do it. God effing... There we go. Okay. Now this is going to create more pollution, and you got to remember this. You will get attacked at some point if you keep increasing your pollution and not killing the bases. So what I like to do. Now, there's a forest in the way, so I think it's going to be a bit before we actually touch this base. Now, up here, I don't know what's going on up here. There could be a base up here. Oftentimes there is, so... We might have touched the base already and they're sending bugs as we speak, which would suck. But at least we've got the ammo and the submachine gun to fend off that attack, I think. So... But let's say there's nothing up here and we're fine. When this red cloud is about to touch a bug biter base, you want to go up there and destroy it. That's the rule. If it touches a base, at least up until late game, you kind of can't help late game. Like, late game, there's just... Between mid and late game, there's a shift that happens where, like, it really doesn't... You can't stop the bugs from coming, even if you preemptively destroy their bases. They just keep coming. So... But up until that point, which is much later than right now. In the beginning, as soon as your pollution touches or gets close to touching a base, just kill the base. Just go out there, kill the base. You'll have so much peace, you won't even know what happened. Like, and to you, those of you guys that are just have been fighting the biters the whole time and don't kill the bases or anything, I'm telling you, you're doing it wrong, dude. It's super chill. Like, at least, unless you're on a death world, you can't do this on a death world, obviously, but like, you might be able to if you're good enough. But yeah, just on a normal game, just do that. If your pollution's about to touch a base, just go kill it, and then go back to what you were doing. And, you know, make sure that the pollution zone isn't touching any bases, and that'll keep... The bugs won't attack you. Up until a certain point. Like I said, there is a point at about halfway through mid-game where that starts to not matter. They just start sending scout parties and expanding, and they will go inside your pollution zone and keep attacking you. So you will have to set up walls and defenses at some point, but that's not right now. So anyway, with that being said, let's go like this. Bring this over. And, oh, no. Let's get that before it reaches. Here, let's just do this. Alright, we got the coal connected, so it's going to come down here. And actually, if you want to go faster, you can always ride your belts like this. As long as you're in the right direction, of course. Really helpful with express belts, though by that time you usually have belt immunity and it doesn't really matter. I like belt immunity, some people don't like. My friend who's actually just about beaten this game, he's further ahead than me. He, you know, he doesn't like belt immunity. He likes to, you know, be lazy and ride the belts, which is fine. My friend is more mechanically gifted than I am. He's a button pusher. Like, I asked him one time, I'm like, do you know, what's the hardest game you've ever, you know, what game stumped you? You know, like, was there ever a game that, like, you just could not beat, or you just left you frustrated, you know? And I have a list of those games that just, you know, whoop my ass, or just I could never beat. He doesn't have any of those. He says, there's no games that I haven't really beaten. You know, he's just, yeah. He's a very good player. Like, very good mechanically. Like, he used to beat NES games. I watch him beat them. Like, how the hell do you do that? You know what I mean? Like, I get mad. You know, like, I get mad at him. I'd be like, fuck you. It's like, but that's just how he is, you know? But yeah, he likes, he doesn't like belt immunity. Or he doesn't usually, use it. But I like it because getting moved around, breaks my concentration. And I have ADD, so... Alright, our coal's coming in here. So, now... Why do I use... This is the only thing you ever need burner inserters for, right here, is your steam engines. That's it. You don't need burner inserters for anything else. The burner inserters... Now, the reason you want those is because if I could use electric inserters or yellow inserters here, no problem. But, if my power goes out, how am I going to feed the coal in there other than by hand? If I have burner inserters, though, I just need coal on the belt, and I'm good. They'll just, you know, they'll use the coal, they'll power themselves, then they'll power the boiler. And so, it's just automatic. And the amount of coal you lose is negligible, so, yeah. We could actually, so we'll take this off, and actually we could just extend this here. And what we'll do is... place another burner. This is the other thing you use it for. And we'll just have a chest full of coal. And it'll just sit here, and this is our emergency coal right here. So if we run out of power, if we're stupid, or, you know, we run out of coal, our coal miners get depleted or whatever, then we'll just go in here and throw coal into the steam engines and just try to jumpstart it that way. So, yeah, there is that as well. So I think, let's look at our power. You know, we're doing pretty good. So, you know what, we can make a bunch of poles. Now I think it's time to choose where our bus is going to be. Oh, we're out of iron there. Let's go ahead and refill that. Now, I do not make complicated buses anymore. And the reason for it is I actually found that you can do most of your factory work that is on belts with one single belt. You can supply your entire factory with one single belt. But how you do it is you have what did I call them? You have kind of like injection points on your bus, where basically you have a train feeding into that part. Like, so okay, so say like here I have my mall, here I have my red packs, here I have my green packs, and then somewhere along here, you know, I'm using the same belt for all of them, and then somewhere along here it runs out of resources, right? That's a common thing. Well, then I simply just feed more resources onto that part of the belt with a splitter, and that solves the problem. That's all you gotta do. You don't need 4 lanes or 3 lanes or 8 lanes or any of that shit. I could show you in my latest game, you know, my latest successful game. I did that. I did not use multiple lanes the entire game, and I just used trains. I used, you know, U-joints in the belts, or bend, you know, supply points, I think is what I was calling them. But yeah, places where, like, pinches in the belt where they come out and you just feed resources directly into it and just, you know, resupply points, basically. That's all you do. But yeah, I'll show you guys later. So we're going to find a place to place our bus before we go any further. Now, trees are annoying, but, like, so we don't want it below our starting resource patches. So I think, so if we're going south, we're going to measure this out. We actually need to make space for our factory first. So this right here is basically the border. We don't want to go below this point, obviously. And we're going to go ahead and, let's see. So, well, let me look at this real quick. Okay. I got this whole read out here. So, plaza opposite. Okay. So I think we could measure this out with assemblers. So I hate that these trees are in the way. This is annoying. Oh, we probably... Can we go to a place that's more... So we'll just go like this. Away from those goddamn trees. Okay. So we'll just do this. And... So we'll have this here. Okay. You're like, what the hell is Volairen doing? I am measuring. That's what I'm doing. Now, you know what Factorio really fucking needs? Really bad, that I'm really surprised that they have not put in yet. A fucking ruler. A ruler! where you just go, it tells you how many blocks it is, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Just a simple tool where you click and you drag, just like you would a belt or something, and it just tells you how many blocks that is. And then you could even leave it like a ghost marker or something, you know? But the way it is right now, I have to like count out manually. It sucks. So I really hope there's probably a mod for it. I know. Oh, there's a mod for that. Yes. Okay. I know mods exist. I do. I just prefer not to play with them most of the time. I'm not. It's not that I don't like mods. I've played with mods on certain games, like Kenshi, for example, as you guys know. I actually recommend mods in Kenshi. Kenshi's kind of unplayable without them. At least in my opinion. So we want space for our assemblers, okay? That's kind of the thing. And then, so we want plenty of space. You'll see why later. So we'll have, in fact, I think we're just gonna do this. I don't like that leapfrogging shit. So, okay. So there is about, I'm trying to, I'm actually making a ruler right now. That's what I'm doing. So, okay. So we want, let's see. This is all messy. We're gonna tear all this down anyway, so. Yeah. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. We have 2 lanes here. That's not a big deal. Okay. So we have a 3 assembler gap on each side. So let's see. 1. Do this. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Okay, so that's gonna be, that's measuring out our factory. We'll do 1, 2, and then we'll be like this, and this is the boundaries of our factory. Okay, we want a lot of space both above and below for any bullshit wizardry that we need to do in between here, especially if we need to run pipes or some other belts that we weren't planning on. We need to do a little bit of spaghetti. This gives you a little bit of room for spaghetti if you need to do it. Now, we're going to do as little spaghetti as possible, but as everybody knows, sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes, really, in the interest of time, it's just better to just do a little bit of spaghetti than to just sit there for an hour trying to figure out the perfect way to set it up. At least for the layman, you know, the normal average player. I don't consider myself a pro by any means. I just, you know, I know a lot about the game, but like, I'm not a speedrunner, you know. I'm not I mean, what's his name? Yeah, I'm not one of those guys that has like 10,000 hours in this game. There's some YouTubers that have 10,000 hours in this game. I'm sure you know some of them. Anyway, we got about 10 minutes left. I want to actually find where to place this bus. So we know where we want the bus now. We want it like right here. How big do we want it? So basically 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to need iron. So there's iron. We're going to need copper. There's copper. We're going to need coal. There's coal. We are going to need stone. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to need stone. We're going to need stone brick. So iron, copper, coal, stone brick, steel. We actually could have steel here. But yeah. So steel, plastic, red circuits, green circuits, gears, Let's see. Circuits, gears. I almost want to say pipes. Actually, you know what? I am going to say pipes, but we're going to keep it on the factory, actually. We're not going to make a train for that. I thought about it, but I'm like, nah, there's not enough thing. Really, honestly, we should just make the pipes on site. That's what we should just do. We'll just make the pipes on site on our factory. But actually, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll have to mull it over, but actually for right now, we'll have a belt for pipes. Let's see, what other stuff is there? No, never do copper wire. Copper wire's on site, and then electronic circuits. So you know what we're gonna do? Since we don't know exactly, I mean, yeah, we've got sulfur, we've got the different packs, you know, red packs, green packs. See how big this is getting already. Green packs, yellow packs, purple packs, blue packs. So we already did red circuits. Let's see. Railroad ties, low density structure. I'm trying to think of this at the top of my head. Processing units. Let's see, we're on a roll here. What else? Like concrete, refined concrete. Shit. So that's a lot. That's a lot. And so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this real simple. All right. We're gonna take this and we're gonna double it. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna be like, we're not gonna think too hard. We're just gonna take this and double it. We're just gonna take this and double it. So this was like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is fucking rocks. Fuck off. Ugh. That is 10. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's another 10. So that's 22. That's 22, so we could have another... Yeah, 44. Hey, though, like, really, this is all we will need for the rest of the game. So, and so the other thing we could do too, possibly, is if we have enough space, you know, if we've used all the, if we still have space after we used all the belt spaces, you know, all the resources, we have all the resources on the bus, and there's still space, we could always just put pipes there. So I'm actually not accounting for pipes here. I probably should, actually. I think that's the other reason I'm going to double it, is for pipes. So, you know, fluids. You know, you've got water, you've got lubricant, you've got sulfuric acid, oil, though oil would just be for refineries still. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Oh, uranium. Uranium, though I don't know if I'm going to put uranium on the bus. I might not. We'll see. Probably I could. But yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and I want grenades. I want grenades. I want grenades. Chop, chop, chop. I want grenades. Give me grenades. Give me grenades. Hey, guys, you know, I usually don't believe in manifest bullshit, but I think if I think hard enough, if I just think hard enough, I can will the grenades into my toolbar. Do you guys think I can do that? Oops. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So it's like a rule in Factorio that, like, no matter what you do, no matter what you place, you leave 5 spaces in between, or 10, or 20. There's never enough. Like, you just... More space, more space. I mean... Yeah, so... I think this is our bus zone, okay? If we end up needing more than this, I'm gonna be not happy. Put it that way. So there's no way that we're gonna use all this. There's really no way. So we'll start here. This is gonna be our iron, of course. And so next thing we'll do. So yeah, this is our factory. This is our bus. This is gonna be our depots. Okay, so trains. They're actually so we're probably gonna go this way, even though there's a man. Actually, fuck. It's probably better if we go this way. There's a lot of trees here. That's gonna be super annoying. God, that's gonna be annoying. We should probably go this way. There's a lot of open space here. I think we should expand this way. So we'll move the factory this way and the bus this way in this direction. But we're gonna have depots above the bus, okay, feeding into the bus. And then above the depots, we're gonna have waiting lanes. So, you know, lanes where trains can just go to the different depots. Only they're not traveling really, they're just waiting for their time to, you know, slip in there and drop off their cargo. So we'll have waiting lanes, and then we'll have the road, I call the road, which is basically not a highway, not elevated, but it is how trains get around the map, right? So that's the main roadway, the main railway. Yeah, railway. So we have the main railway. But above that, eventually, when we get elevated rails, we will have a freeway. And I want to experiment with this. This is something I want to mess with. An idea that I've had for a long time that I think is really going to be cool. And really organized. And really, yeah, it's going to make our base super efficient. But, so that's kind of my plan going forward. So, guys, we are out of time. But I think we got quite a bit done. We got our mines set up. That's annoying. We need radar. Got our mines set up. We got our power set up. We got our basic starter makeshift mall going. So that's really good. And we got our factory plotted out, and we got our and we got the space for our bus allocated. So unfortunately, I have a feeling that next stream we're going to be chopping a lot of trees. I don't want to do that, but, I mean, it's either this or this, and I don't want to do this. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to take us out. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you like my stuff, go ahead and like and subscribe. You know, if you want to see me in your feed more. Comment, let me know what you think. Even if it's bad, as long as you keep it civil and professional, I will not censor you. I promise. I hate doing that. But yeah, obviously don't violate terms of service. But anyway, you know, yeah, comments run this channel. I love comments. I try to respond to every single one whenever I can. Join the Discord and this live streams like this one. If you want to hang out with me, this is the best way to get in touch with me. You know, converse with me, talk to me, whatever. You know, see me on a regular basis. I usually answer my DMs, so any of you can hop in Discord anytime and DM me, and I'll usually respond. Obviously, as I get more busy and the channel gets bigger, that may be harder for me to do, but we'll just play that by ear. Hit the join button and become a member if you want to invest in the channel. You know, there's a join button, it does exist. All you gotta do is click it and then watch the video and decide if it's for you. Hitting the join button does not immediately take your money. So you just watch the video, you know, hit the join button, watch the video, and then decide if it's for you. I have one tier, it's $5, and it gets you a lot of stuff. You'll have access to all my backlog, which the video doesn't tell you about, so I'm telling you now. And you get, you know, you'll get membership videos as they come out, which will be members only for about a month, I think. Is what I'm thinking right now. And we just need to get that community started. So if you want to be a part of that, if you want to be those first members, yeah, I mean, hit the join button. We might come up with more tiers later if it comes to that, but right now we just need to get our foot in the door here and get that community going. It's going to be really great. I look forward to our first member-only live stream. That'll be really fun. I really look forward to that day. But anyhow, we already got a couple members already, by the way. Thank you to those that are members. I appreciate it. But all of you that are not members, and, you know, times are tough right now. So I don't e-beg. I try not to e-beg on this channel. You know, just your view and your watch time is good enough for me. Okay? I appreciate everything you guys do. And with that being said, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you next time.